Welcome to this overview of People Analytics for PeopleXD Workforce Management. Absence and time and attendance analytics are providing insights into trends, anomalies, and predictive patterns in workforce availability. By shifting from basic reporting data-driven decision-making, organizations can better understand attendance behaviours, absenteeism rates, and scheduling efficiency. Gaining a clear picture of workforce availability supports smarter resource planning, ensuring the right people are present at the right time with minimal disruption. Since lost time and unplanned absence significantly impact productivity and cost, understanding these dynamics helps organizations make informed operational decisions and drive higher performance. The Guidebooks area consists of pre-built analysis, which will enable you to get insight into your business questions. The content within a guidebook is a collection of related topics and analysis that provide insight into business questions and workforce data. The time and attendance guidebook is broken down into a number of topics such as absence overview, overtime overview, staff development overview. Guidebooks are fully customizable by administrators, and we'll cover that later in the demo. The analysis within guidebooks are designed to answer complex business questions by telling viewers a story with data visualizations. The typical analysis is made up of business questions, headers, charts, text, and links to other analysis. Analyses are fully interactive and can be drilled into to surface pertinent information. These analyses are the building blocks of what will enable you to build your own analysis and dashboards within People Analytics. For example, I may wish to build a dashboard for HR Director containing the information that is relevant to them. I can do this by creating a capture. When you create a capture on an analysis, the context is saved. So for example, I can filter the timekeeping hours recorded chart and capture it with the filter added. In this case, the HR Director is interested in absence and time within the sales part of the organization. And when I take the capture, that context is saved. Other areas that the HRD is interested in may be in and around overtime, which I can take a capture of, and which areas in the organization have the largest number of absences. Once I have my captures, it is possible to build the analysis in the analysis room. I create a new analysis and give it a title and description. Once I have given it a heading and title, I can determine the period in which the data is displayed. I can have it displayed as per the period the capture was made, or in this case, I'm going to update it automatically to the end of the previous completed month. I can now then add the content to the analysis. Firstly, I'll add a header for the timekeeping hours recorded report. Then I can add a brief description. And then I can add the chart as captured. I can then repeat this process for each capture until I have built the analysis. Once an analysis has been built, it is possible to set this analysis as a homepage for a particular user when they access People Analytics. An analysis can also be presented within presentation mode, without the need to export the graphics to a presentation tool such as PowerPoint, although if required, the analysis can be downloaded as a PDF or PowerPoint format. An analysis can be shared with other users, and as People Analytics harnesses the PeopleXD security features, they will only have access to the data their security profile enables them to access. Analysis can also be emailed to users on a scheduled basis, or when a certain condition is met. For example, the attrition rate exceeds a predefined rate. Let's now look at some of the features within the analysis that enables us to interrogate the data further. All charts have a help facility, which gives a summary of what is being displayed in the chart, along with the information on how that chart was built. All charts are interactive, and by clicking on the chart, I can then interrogate the data further. On the right-hand side, there's a summary of the chart along with more information if required. Insights provides me with some trend information as well as some key insights into the data. The type of graph being displayed can also be changed, as can the reporting period. As you can see here, I can report on historical data or report across a period of time defined days, weeks, months, quarters, or years. We're able to view a summary of the employee details for within each chart. Here we have all of the employees who make up the regional division and a summary of their record. The compare feature enables you to surface data about employees and compare them side by side. This enables you to answer time-sensitive questions such as how does their absence, sickness, or overtime compare with other employees. Returning to the analysis, I can drill down into the regional part of the hierarchy to see the departments or divisions that comprise the organisation and how the sickness hours compare within the various teams. If I select one of the teams, I can see how the insights on the right-hand side change for that particular team. So selecting regional teams, I can see that the 12-month trend is upwards, with the change in year to year and year to date on a downward trend. Choosing the Explore option, I can explore a summary of the regional teams and the sickness reasons. So I can see here that work-related stress, surgery, cough and flu are the main reasons behind that, but I may want to drill down further into that and see how those are broken down by maybe gender. Are there any trends for some of the sickness reasons within the organisation in terms of gender? Doing that, I can see that work-related stress is pretty even, 56.8% female. I can see surgery is nearly 100% female, cough and flu is 100%, flu itself, and then tubby bug is mostly male. So we can really get into the weeds and the details behind the data within the charts. Returning to the dashboard, I can see some information in the charts relating to sickness in terms of trends. The first chart details the trend of sickness in hours per month and the reasons behind those sicknesses. The second chart is very useful in detailing the cost to the organisation on a month-by-month basis of the sickness absence. And finally, I have a chart dealing with which of the employees has the most sickness hours so far in 2025. As with all of the previous charts, these charts are fully interactive and can be drilled and explored. People Analytics doesn't just tell you what has happened, it can also make predictions as to what may happen in the future based on past trends. For example, the analysis here displays the sickness rate within the organisation as 11.6%. The groups in green to the left are those groups of employees who are driving down the sickness rate. For example, males, age groups aged 30 to 40, and those employees in the first 5 years of service. Whereas those groups to the right, in orange, are groups of employees who are driving up the sickness rate. For example, we can see that permanent employees, those aged over 60, and certain job types are all driving up the sickness rate. These analytics can then be acted upon. Why are these groups of employees taking sick leave? Can something be done to reduce the sickness levels for these employees, such as wellness or health programs? People Analytics can make predictions as to what may happen in the future based on past trends. Here we have predicted leave across my teams in my department for the next 12 months based on the leave trends in the past 12 months. It's possible for me to add assumptions into this analysis that can be used to build out complex scenarios. For example, in December of 2025, the projected absence hours per employee for the inside sales teams, I can change to 48 hours instead of the 44.4 hours here. And you can see the graph amends accordingly. People Analytics is displayed with a standard set of dashboards. The time and attendance dashboard provides an overview of what is happening in terms of absence and time within the organisation. Thank you for watching this overview of People Analytics for workforce management.